Hello, Carnage Cravers. Welcome back to... Oh, what the fuck is that? I have an intruder in my home. Welcome back to Carnage Corner. Alright, welcome back to Carnage Corner. It is time for the Wednesday Rewind.
The Wednesday what?
Wednesday Rewind.
The Wednesday what?
Rewind.
Can you say that backwards? Like in rewind?
Din Y-E-V?
Okay, go on.
Okay. Anyways, now that I'm done answering stupid questions, in case you did not guess by Miss Jessica's mask, we are going to actually talk about the Power Rangers reboot today. Alright, this movie came out in 2017, earlier this year, one of the first movies that came out this year. They gave Dean Israelite, which I'd never heard of him before this. He's been around though, just didn't make anything that I would have watched. So.
Have you heard of any of them before this movie?
I heard of Naomi Scott, but mostly because of her older sister.
Okay.
So, anyways, they gave Dean Israelite $100 million to make this movie. It only brought in $140 million worldwide. So, if you know anything about the way movies are made and the marketing, you know that generally speaking, if they spent $100 million on marketing, if they spent $100 million on the movie, they at least spent $50 million on the marketing. So this didn't make its money back. So really? So our chances of ever seeing a sequel to it are low.
I thought they said they were going to already.
They did, but that doesn't mean they can't change their minds.
Yeah, that's true.
If they think it's not going to make them money. Now, I mean, as far as like the word of mouth for this, they might try a sequel thinking that maybe that it will make more money. I don't know. Yeah. We're going to have to wait and see. But this starred Dacre Montgomery. Well, he should have made enough money from this movie to where he can buy himself a name that is easier to pronounce. As Jason, the Red Ranger. I lost my co-star.
No, go ahead,
also stars Naomi Scott as Kimberly Hart and R.J. Seiler as Billy Cranston. I'm not going through the whole list. Okay, but those were the top three billed. And Zordon and Bryan Cranston as a big face on the wall. Okay. As per usual, well, let's start off with this. How did you like the film?
I really liked it, like a lot. It was very entertaining. The only problem, or the only thing that annoyed me, was the Krispy Kreme thing. I mean, Krispy Kreme got mentioned more than, I don't know, what's-his-face's name. But, like, they should have put it under the school or something. Everything in the movie, or the show, when we were kids, I remember things happened in the school. So they should have... Wasn't the last episode something was in school, or... I remember an episode, or multiple episodes.
Sweetheart, that's Buffy.
No, yes, Buffy, that was Buffy too, but Power Rangers too, we just watched it like a year ago. But the Krispy Kreme thing, like, come on, I don't care if they give you money, but Krispy Kreme? She was sitting there eating a donut while the Goldar was, I was like, what? Who does that?
Oh.
I'm waiting for my Gold, let me eat a donut, where he's supposed to be digging. Come on.
Alright. You guys know how I do this. I talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's talk about the good, okay? This was a little more adult than the show.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Which is a good thing. I mean, we grew up with the show. I mean, I was 5 when it came out, so, like, I was the perfect age for it. But, I mean, the show tends to be a little campy. and a little juvenile, for the most part. So it was nice that they made it something where you can take kids. You can, as long as they're not too young.
Yeah.
About a 5-year-old could handle this no problem. But they also made it something the adults could enjoy, which is a good thing. The humor was good, jokes for the young and the old, and I believe, not for nothing, just about everybody's performances were good. They were decent performances by almost everyone. Every one of the Rangers themselves had a decent performance. I mean, Bryan Cranston was a face in the wall, so, yippee for him, he cashed a check.
He had to make a lot of expressions, though. I mean, I don't know, whatever. You look dumb.
Bryan Cranston was trying out for an old samurai movie that you must get to Krispy Kreme. Okay.
So dumb!
Anyways, the bad. Let's talk about the bad.
Krispy Kreme!
Oh,
wait, did that irritate you?
Hold your horses.
Okay.
The bad. I did not like the performance, the character, the writing, anything for Rita Repulsa.
Really?
I did not like what they did with her.
I thought it was okay. It was different.
It was different from the show, which is fine. I didn't mind them being different from the show. But, I mean, I did not like what they did with her. I did not like the, her gold member impersonation. I was not a fan. I mean, Elizabeth Banks is a fantastic actress. I'm sure she was only doing what she was told, but I did not like their version of Rita Repulsa.
I liked it.
I was not a fan. I mean, don't get me wrong; it's better than the Madonna boobs on the head thing going on. But I was not a fan.
It was very modernized, very adult-like. It was meant for 90s kids who grew up watching
I
this.
will say this. It made a lot of sense for them to make it that Rita used to be the Green Ranger.
Yeah.
That made a lot of sense, and that I did not mind.
Yeah.
I didn't like her crazy woman routine and her, I need gold. My precious.
Well, she's evil. She's crazy. She didn't say my precious.
No, she didn't, but anyways, and we'll get into the ugly, which it was covered by Jessica for the most part, but come on. I understand product placement, but making Krispy Kreme the Guardian building to protect the most important thing in the world. Yeah. Their donuts suck, so
Actually,
they can't even do that.
I haven't had a donut since I was a kid, but it wasn't bad.
Well, I remember I tried them once, and they were filled with air. You bit into it, it was deflating a tire. I had to hold on, otherwise it would have been
Opinions, continue.
Opinions? Opinions? I speak facts.
Yeah.
Alright, so what do you give it?
7.5. 7.5.
It's generous of you.
I liked it. I enjoyed myself.
I liked it too, and I enjoyed myself.
The only complaint is the Krispy Kreme. That's it.
Okay, well, I gave it a 5 out of 10. So it's a very middle of the road. You remember something? I also gave X-Men Origins Wolverine a 5 out of 10.
Right.
Okay, giving it a 5 out of 10 does not mean I didn't like it. It simply means that it could have been better, and it could have been better. That doesn't mean it was bad.
Well, everything can always be better.
I don't know. There are some films that I don't think they could have made any better. I've given out a couple of 10s over the years. So it's
What was your favorite Power Ranger? The actor or the...
Which range? It's funny because, for the original show, the Green Ranger, Tommy, was my favorite. Pink. So I'm looking forward... Well, Pink was my favorite for a different reason.
Yeah,
but
whatever. Green was my favorite for a different reason.
So, anyways, I am interested. I hope they do get a sequel because I am interested to see what they do with that character. They made it very clear in the end credit scene that they want to introduce him. So I'm interested to see how they do with that. But as far as this film, I liked Zach the best in this film.
I liked Billy the best.
Well, Billy was hysterical. He was great. And
you're not black.
Yeah, that was great.
Yes, I am. No, you're not.
I thought it was an interesting choice for them to take Billy and make him. They basically made him, somewhat autistic. He said in the film that he's on the spectrum. So.
Oh, I missed that completely.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he says that to Jason, and Jason makes a wisecrack, and Billy doesn't get the joke. He says, "See, that's my brain works different than yours." So they gave a little bit more of a reason for Billy to be a socially awkward character, and also another reason for him to be as smart as he is, because generally speaking, when you're on the spectrum, you're a little smarter and a little more socially awkward. It's like a balance.
Yeah.
So I thought that was an interesting choice. I've got no problem with that choice, because at the same time as they are acknowledging that he's he is somewhat autistic, they don't do anything that would be offensive in any way to someone who is autistic. Quite the contrary. I mean, Billy is just as much an able member of the team as anybody else. So it just was an interesting choice, and I applaud them for that choice. That was a good choice. They tried to modernize the Rangers a little bit, give them real world problems that kids today might have. Having an ailing parent, having your family just simply not understand you. I mean, that's very those are things that'll especially the family not understand you. A lot of kids feel that way.
Yeah.
Especially in their teens. So it's like, and I will say I kind of like the fact that they made Zordon a bit of a douche.
Yeah. You know what I liked about the movie is that they didn't just know what they were doing. They had to train.
Yeah, there was actual training.
Yeah. It wasn't just thrown in, oh, we suddenly are... And they showed how they were actually strong and had powers because of the stones and whatnot. And
yeah.
It was
all the way around, it was an improvement on the show.
Oh, yeah.
And, I think a lot of people didn't go out to see it. I think because you had people who were not fans of the show that were like, why the hell are they making a Power Rangers movie? And at the same time, you had fans of the show that were like, oh God, no, they're making a Power Rangers movie, they're going to ruin it. So...
Or they're all our age with kids and can't go.
Well, there was that too. So in either case, personally, I hope that it does get its sequel, because I have a feeling that if they do get a sequel, they will do better business next time, and will probably make a better film next time. So, anything else you'd like to add?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So, until next time, I am Ken Carnage. Who are you?
I was gonna
It's
say,
not a trick question.
I was gonna say your mom, but
That'd be weird.
Yeah, no, that's why I didn't say it.
I'm Ken Carnage. She's a big bully. And until next time, Carnage is right around the corner.